So I will call this meeting of the Canmore Planning Commission to order and start with a land acknowledgement. In the spirit of reconciliation, I acknowledge and appreciate that we are meeting today in the Treaty 7 region. This land is the traditional territory and home of the Stoney Nakoda nations of Bearspaw, Goodstoney, and Chiniki, the Blackfoot Confederacy of the Siksika, Kainai, and Piikani, the Tsuut'ina Nation, and the Battle River Territory District 4 Métis. And as we gather in this Treaty 7 territory, we acknowledge that we are all treaty people. I commit to working to live in right relations, to advance truth and reconciliation, and to acknowledge the many First Nations and Métis whose footsteps have marked these lands for generations. So the first item we have today before adopting the agenda is for the board to elect a vice chair for the term. So I'm going to ask at this point if any board members have nominations for vice chair. Councillor McCallum. Oh, I've got to turn you on, sorry. There.
Thank you. I would like to nominate Florian Yugen.
Okay, are there any other nominations? No? Alrighty. So Florian Yugen has been nominated for vice chair. Do you accept this nomination?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Those in favor? Anyone opposed? No, so that's carried unanimously. Okay, so before the adoption of the agenda, I will ask each member of Town's administration in attendance today to introduce themselves. I'm going to turn on all the lights. Oops.
Briar Jones, Secretary.
Harry Schneider, Manager, Planning and Development.
Okay, thank you very much. And my name is Whitney Smithers. I'm the General Manager of Municipal Infrastructure, and I'll be the chair for this hearing. And all questions and comments should be directed through me as the chair. At this point, too, I'm going to ask the board members to introduce themselves, starting on my right.
Spencer Thackeray, Public Representative.
Hannah Perry, Public Representative.
Florian Yugen, Public Representative.
Jeff Hillstead, Council Rep.
Joanna McCallum, Council Rep.
Okay, thank you. So I'll ask the secretary if there are any additions, deletions, or changes to the agenda as provided.
No, there isn't.
Okay, thank you. So I will move that the commission adopt the agenda as presented. Those in favor? Okay, that's carried unanimously. Sorry, so now we'll look at the minutes from the December 11th meeting. Are there any additions, deletions, or changes to the minutes of December 11th?
No, there isn't.
Okay, so I'll move that the commission approve the December 11th, 2024 minutes as presented. Those in favor? And again, that's carried unanimously. So for the process this afternoon, administration will present the matter to Planning Commission. Commission members can then ask questions of clarification from administration. At the Commission's discretion, if the applicant wants to make a presentation, you can make a short presentation, and then there may be questions of the applicant. And I'll just remind everybody that communication is to be respectful and on topic of the application before us. So with that, Mr. Gravel, I'll ask you to make your presentation on the application.
Good afternoon, members of the Canmore Planning Commission. As mentioned, my name is Nathan Gravel. I'm a senior planner for the town of Canmore. My presentation today is in regards to development permit PL 2020-0280 with regards to an extension. And that project in particular is referred to as the Renaissance Project, and it's located at 101 Stewart Creek Rise. So brief presentation today, really just an overview of how we got here. So you'll see a timeline up on the slide there. So in 2009, the Renaissance Project was approved by Planning Commission. Between 2009 and 2020, There was some construction at the site, but there was lots of periods of inactivity as well. So in 2020, the developer came in and obtained a revised development permit with a new development concept. Subsequent to that, they commenced construction at the site and partially constructed one building, with construction halting last year. Today, there's a new ownership group for the site, member of which is in the audience there, and he'll perhaps introduce himself if the commission likes. But they are here to request a 3-year extension for the development permit, so they can commence construction and get back to finishing the development. Administration's recommendation is that by motion, the Canmore Planning Commission approve a 3-year extension for development permit application PL 2020-0280, with the rationale being it will support continued development at the site. That's it. Happy to take any questions.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Gravel. Can you go back one to that recommendation? Just more of a administrative matter. The recommendation on the screen asks that we approve a 3-year extension. The recommendation in the report is that we approve a request to renew. Just procedurally, is there a difference between renewing it and extending it?
Renew would be 2 years. So the standard period is 2 years.
Okay.
And so just given the scale of development that remains at the site, there's 5 buildings that still need to be constructed. 3 years is more of a realistic timeline.
Okay, so it's not a renewal, it's a 3-year extension.
Correct.
Okay, thank you. We would need to, when we make the motion, then probably amend what the recommendation in the report is.
Okay.
Okay, thanks. Are there any questions of Mr. Gravel? No? Okay.
Great.
And just leave that up on the screen, please.
Okay.
Thanks.
Will do.
Not sure if the applicant wants to come forward or not, if you've got anything to add. Does anybody want to hear from the applicant? No, not really? No? You're good. I'm good. Yeah. Okay. So I'm assuming administration doesn't have any closing remarks or comments, so I will move. So we're not going to be following the recommendation that's in the report. So I'm going to ask the 2 councillors on commission, because you have more procedural knowledge on this than I do. Should we replace, like, how do we replace it? Okay. Yeah, so we'll just go with that. And then we'll just make sure that's caught in the minutes. Okay, so I'll make the motion just to put it out there for discussion. So I'll move that Canmore Planning Commission approve a 3-year extension for development permit application PL 2020-0280. Any comments on the motion? Councillor McCallum.
I'll be happy to support this extension. I know that as a councillor, we've received several emails about this particular project and the fact that it's halted, and so I think that the surrounding neighborhood would be happy to see this project continue. It will add to our housing stock, which was intended from the beginning, and it also serves as sort of that gateway into the Stewart Creek Rise area. So yeah, I'm happy to see this fired back up again. Thank you.
Any other comments on the recommendation? No? Okay, so the motion is up there on the screen to extend the DP application for 3 years. All those in favor? Carried unanimously. So I think that's it for the only item that was on the agenda. I know. I was expecting some questions, come on. So with that, I'll ask the secretary if there's any other business for us to consider.
No other business.
Okay, and when is our next scheduled meeting?
It is tentatively for Wednesday, April 30th at 2 p.m.
Okay, thank you very much. So I move that the commission adjourn the March 26, 2025 Canmore Planning Commission meeting. Those in favor? Carried. We're done, thank you.